If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is October the 30th, 2023, and today the topic is, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday, everybody. I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was great overall. My Saturday was pretty much engulfed in hanging out with my homegirl, Miss Summer. And then we did her event later on that evening. It was nice, y'all. That's what Saturday looked like in a nutshell. So shout out to her. Shout out to the other young lady. I can't remember her name or her business at the moment, but she was there doing hairstyles and things of that nature. And just 3 entrepreneurs out there, doing their thing and whatnot. And I think, we made some type of impact or whatever in the time that we were doing our thing. Summer was out there painting faces. I was out there doing nails. And the other lady was like doing hairstyles and things like that. And it came out to be a cute event. So shout out to my friend Summer. Congratulations for getting back out there with your business. And yeah, it was an awesome day and event. And I also tried birria tacos for the first time on Saturday as well. So that was something to note. And my little guy was with me as well. So I think he had a good time. He thought it was my friend's birthday. And I'm like, no, it's not her birthday. She's hosting an event, but it's not her birthday. So yeah. And then y'all, yesterday, yes. Well, one, if y'all follow me on social media, y'all already know. But if not, then we are wrapping up the At the Movie series at Mountain West Church for the kid. Well, everybody was doing the At the Movie series, but in the kids' room, we watched Inside Out, and the lesson was centered around that. It was also Super Sweet Sunday, which was really, really cute. It was an event hosted by the church. Instead of trunk or treat, it was like booths. So it's more like a little festival, if you will. And it was nice, man. It was really, really nice. What made it even extra sweeter for me is that my husband decided to come on and hang out with us the whole day. Because actually, it's a full day for me on a Sunday. Because I do the 3 services. And then because I'm helping out I'm helping out with the Christmas production at the church and whatnot as well. So it was definitely a full day yesterday. Like, honestly, our kid, we got home and I ain't seen the man since we got home because he was knocked out, y'all, from this eventful weekend. But yeah, man, shout out to my husband for, coming on through, hanging tough with us, making Super Sweet Sunday extra sweet. And yeah, man, it was a great weekend for me. I hope that you guys had a great weekend as well. But yeah, man, let's get into this juice, y'all. Look, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. So how did I come to this topic today? I woke up at the sound of my alarm. I listened to the prayer meditation with the Soul Space app, did all of that. And wasn't really inspired. Didn't really have anything in particular come into my heart and mind to, study or whatever the case may be. So I just kind of took some time doing my little thing. At some point, I thought about, or I guess I was reminded of the fact that I'm supposed to be going to lunch with my homegirl Alicia today. So I'm looking forward to that. And I was going to get ready to tell her that, hey, I'm looking forward to lunch. But when I went to go and send her the message, I saw that the last thing I said to her was that I'm looking forward to it. So I'm like, okay, I won't say I'm looking forward to it again. So I got ready to say something along the lines of like, I'm already planning out what I'm going to get for lunch or something like that. But as I was typing, I noticed that instead of lunch, the text said, look. And I'm like, wait a minute, why did I say that? And I was like, no, I said lunch. And I went back and fixed it. But for whatever reason, the word look just really stood out to me at that point. And so I started looking into that. And that's what I ended up studying about luck versus blessings, and just the whole concept. I mean, I know we can go through life and we can look at people's lives, right, and be like, man, they are so lucky. Or sometimes you may be that one, right? You're like, man, I'm so lucky. People use those words or that particular word and whatnot to describe, I guess, the good things happening and whatnot. But what I'm finding, right, at least biblically, maybe this word shouldn't even be part of our vocabulary. I think perhaps what I'm receiving is that we should be putting this title into our vocabulary to get a better understanding of what's taking place in life. So I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. And yeah, so that's where the inspiration came from. Let me show you guys, what the Lord has shared with me this morning through thinking and studying about these things. So when I looked up the definition of luck, it says success or failure apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own actions. I found that definition to be interesting. One, because it was a little bit slightly different from the definition that I came across when I was reading this article at gotquestions.org that was talking about what does the Bible say about luck. Yeah, when I was reading that, it gave a different definition, one that was slightly different. But I found it very interesting for this definition that I came across to say, again, happening by chance rather than through one's own actions. Because on the flip side, I guess, in some ways, when I started to look into what the Bible has to say about this and whatnot, it was pointing in the direction of letting me know that, hey, God is in control of all the things. So it's not even our actions or luck that causes the blessings, favor, things of that nature. Is God at the end of the day. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I said, I was going deeper about thoughts and whatnot. And so one of the thoughts that I did think about was like, well, what does this have to do with free will? And then isn't this the way that people just easily blame God for the bad, right? Because if it's like, well, God, if you're in control of everything, then, you're the reason why I have this quote unquote bad luck or whatever the case may be. I didn't go too deep about that thought, but it was something that crossed my mind or whatever. But before you go start blaming God, don't forget about that you do have choices. At the end of the day, again, He gave us all the free will that He has in regards to making us in His image and things of that nature. And so, let me get to this with some Bible before I keep going on about random thoughts and things like that. So one of the first verses that stood out to me this morning to share was Proverbs 16 and 33. It says, "The lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from the Lord." So again, as I was reading the article, it talked about like the big things and the little things in life, right? Now, is God in control of that, dice when you flip it, and things of that nature? But hey, is that something He cares about? Well, I was reminded again as I was reading the article, it talked about, again, God knowing the numbers of hairs on our head. And I know I tell y'all all the time, I barely even know the number of locks on my hair, let alone each strand of hair, things of that nature. So if God knows something that small, who's to say that He doesn't care about the coin being flipped or whatever case may be? Now, I mean, the little study and whatnot that I was doing today was saying something along the lines of like, I guess when it comes to the smaller things of that nature, I guess the main thing to know about it is that, all things are going to work together to the good of those that love God and for His purpose. And so I think, speaking of that, let me go ahead and share with you guys Proverbs 16 and 33. No, I just shared that one. Proverbs 16 and 9. It says, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." So, I mean, again, I think we have a major part to play, obviously, in our life and the things that happen. I mean, sure, there's some things that happen unexpectedly and things of that nature as well. But, again, free will that we have plays a major part in those things. Now, at the same time, somehow in this beautiful way. And again, the article, y'all can go deeper and read it on your own and everything like that, to get a better understanding for yourself. But basically, in some way, ultimately, God has put out a plan. And then the things that we do, the good and evil that others do, all this type of stuff, it can still be done freely and whatnot, and still not go against whatever God's doing in the ultimate plan. It talks about, obviously, there's plenty of examples in the Bible about this, but, of course, it mentioned Joseph and how his ultimate plan was for him to get into the position to save not only his family, but I guess that nation of Israel, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all can go again and make sure I'm saying everything correct. But, Joseph and whatnot was an example of that. They gave another example, but I can't think about it at the moment. But so basically I'm saying there's plenty of examples that show that even though we may not fully understand, again, the bad things of life or the down seasons or the down moments and things of that nature, that doesn't mean that, blessings aren't around the corner, or it's not a setup for other amazing things. At least, I mean, in my life, that's what I find it to be, honestly. Like, a lot of the things that I've been through have worked out in my favor, and not just worked out in my favor, but then has been something as I guess something like a catalyst for the things that I am doing for others, right? And with others and things of that nature as well. So, don't look down on the bad seasons. Don't be like, oh, I'm just so unlucky, or that person is so lucky, or whatever the case may be. Understand that the good and bad of life can all be used to the glory and honor of God. And so, speaking of good, right? Let's talk about blessings real quick. So I look up the definition of blessed, and I felt led to share the biblical definition of blessed. And this is what I came across when I saw that. It says to be fully satisfied, receiving God's favor regardless of the circumstances. There's an article again at GodQuestions.org. It says, or it's called, what does it mean to be blessed? I hope that you guys go there and take a look and go deeper about that, because they have some beautiful explanations in there. But one of the things that is standing out to me about that definition, as well as that stood out in that article that I read, is the part that's talking about regardless of the circumstances. That's how you know, again, you're maybe in God's presence, you're, in God's favor, or maybe perhaps you're walking in God's spirit, right? When you can be going through hard times, you can be going through low seasons and things of that nature, and you can still have joy. You still have hope, peace, love, the fruits of the spirit. So again, I think we need to shift our mindset when it comes to blessings. I think we all easily think of financial blessings and things of that nature. I know even the other day I was telling my husband, I think it might have been yesterday, but at some point I was telling him, it's like, man, it's been crazy how like I've been just receiving so many things this year, man. Like, because even on Saturday I went to my friend's event, and she's ended up like she had all these clothes and things like that she was selling at one point. But she was like, girl, just go through it and get stuff. Just go ahead, get stuff. And I just happened to, at first, I was like, oh, girl, okay. And then I was like, well, let me grab some things. She said, go ahead and get some. So I grabbed a few things. Turned out, the little costume I had put together yesterday was, a piece of it was from some things that I had grabbed for her on Saturday. And I'm like, and I'm not saying I wouldn't have been able to pull together a costume if she didn't give it. But what I'm saying here is that it was crazy because I had a whole nother idea planned for yesterday. But at the last minute, I had to come up with a whole different idea. I wanted to incorporate my shoes and whatnot. But anyway, so I had to come up with a whole different idea. And because she had given that, it blessed me right the next day, and things like that has been happening all year, where it's like, I got an abundance of this and an abundance of that. And then I was telling my husband that, he's like, well, what you coined this year to be. And I'm like, yeah, I know, abundance 2023 and beyond. I'm adding that to it, man. Look, and beyond. Not that that's because I just want to get stuff, but also just because, just keep speaking life on my life. Like that's where I'm at. Because it's been amazing. But anywho, man, let's keep going with these verses. We got Isaiah 46. 9 and 10. This verse stood out to me. And let's just read it and then we'll see what the Lord has to say. So it says, remember the former things, or it might have been saying, remember not. So y'all can go and confirm that. But I believe it said, remember not. Remember not the former things of old, for I am God and there is no other. I am God and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times things not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will accomplish all my purpose. So at the end of the day, again, this is just reiterating that God is in control. We're not lucky. We're blessed. At the end of the day, again, I know we can ask all the questions, and if you're in a low season, we might be pointing our finger at the Lord and being like, well, if you're in control, then why are all the things bad? But let's not look down on the bad as well. Like at the end of the day, in this life, we know that the bad is established because of what Adam and Eve did. So bad is established because of that. But even in spite of that, you can still have peace, love, joy, and hope because of what Christ did. And so, again, if you truly want to be blessed, right, then start to get into right relationship with God, and you'll start to see how blessed you are. I guess I'm being reminded of this in the moment. So here's another little testimony. I hope these things encourage you. I know I was talking to a friend of mine who's also, I guess, a client or whatever, and she was just, I can't remember how we got on my husband, but at some point she just was like, you know what, he is just so rich because he got you and he got your son and he got this and he got that. Like, he is just blessed and da 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 da. And I was like, that's what I think we do, again, need to shift our heart and mind in regards to this idea of being blessed and things of that nature. Because, again, if we have life, right, we are blessed, right? Clothes, food, we are blessed. Now that's biblical. That's like a verse. That's a Bible verse. Y'all can go look it up. Like, if you have clothes and shelter, I think that's all it said. It didn't say, no, I don't even know if it said shelter. I think it said food and clothes. So then that's another thing too. It's like, well, what about shelter and everything else that we're so used to so many things. It's like, so you saying I'm good without this or that? But yeah, friends, these are just things to think about. Let's reevaluate this idea again of thinking that, okay, there's luck and then there's just things about chance and things of that nature. That is the type of mindset that those without God have. But those that with God, we understand that it's not luck, it's blessings, it's favor. And we can have that regardless of what it looks like outside, right? Regardless of, again, going through the down seasons and things of that nature, we can still be blessed and live abundantly. And I guess that's ultimately the juice this morning. I mean, that's all the verses and whatnot I had to share. You guys can go deeper, look at those articles that I was telling you guys about at gotquestions.org. And yeah, see what the Lord shares with you guys. But yeah, that's the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Isaiah 40 and 28. It says, what does it mean? No, excuse me, sorry. No, it does not say that. That was the article at GodQuestion.org. Isaiah 40 and 28, it says, hast thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting God, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, forbeareth? Check that word. I don't know what I wrote. For something. I don't know. Not, neither is weary. Oh, fainteth. Thank you, Lord. So, fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Before I let you go, I have to let you know that I am now a brand ambassador for BoldFaithCosmetics.com, where faith and beauty intersect. Friends, they have the awesome purpose of wanting to just bring inspiration through makeup. I think that is amazing, and I hope that you all check out their awesome lip colors and so much more. So visit BoldFaithCosmetics.com and use the coupon code MIRACLE for 15% off. That's MIRACLE for 15% off.